We always talk about what not to say to someone, but what people don't understand is that there are things that you have to let people know directly. If you don't let them know, that's your own fault, and you'll have to suffer the consequences. There are some things that if you don't tell them, you automatically lose leverage. There are some things that if you do tell them, you'll notice they're a little bit more careful with you. They pay you a little bit more respect. And it has nothing to do with what you do, but literally what you choose to say. So these are the things today that I'm talking about that actually, if you just mention them, your interactions with people, either dating them or even at a job, will actually bring you power, right? And this is actually, I gotta include one more. This is actually a really true thing, okay? And I want you guys to be encouraged with this because this could potentially allow you to see through people's masks better. This could potentially give you more leverage. This could potentially create a reputation of someone who doesn't take bullshit without you having to show it, actually. And the beauty about it is that it hits at people's main weaknesses. People believe what you say. People have no other choice but to trust the things you say. So you could actually gain a lot of leverage. And it's not that you're lying, actually. You're not lying. I'm not telling you guys to lie. Now, if you guys want to go Bronx mode and lie to people, sure. You know, like that it does work. I mean, that's why lying exists, but I don't recommend you guys doing that, okay? Now, this one might be a little bit lying. It might be lying a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna say that. So for all the Bronx mode people, get up and celebrate, because this is how Bronx people celebrate, because we're gonna be talking about that today. By the way, people, look, this is our painting. This is a painting of a refugee. If you guys want to purchase it, it's on my website. It comes with the frame and everything is really beautiful. It's with pastels, and we're selling this one at $2,000. It comes like everything's ready. It's ready to ship. Like I'm really ready to ship it to you guys. It's made with pastels, and if you guys want a more affordable option of a $2,000, we literally have the highest quality prints on the fucking planet. I mean, look, the print, yo, it's wild. It's on watercolor paper. These are so expensive, but it gives the impression of like it's the highest quality prints you could ever get, man. Honestly, it's insane. Look at this, man. I mean, look at this one, man. Look at this. It's on watercolor paper. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So when you purchase these prints, you guys will get it like this in an envelope with a handwritten letter by Father Alex. You guys can purchase multiple. Legit, honestly, I could not tell the difference between this and my painting. I really don't know which one's in my painting because I gave him my painting with these, and I can't tell the difference. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. So I don't know the price for this, but most likely these will be $50 or $40, one of the two. The original paintings are going to be double, or something double around that price. You could go, I haven't put them on my websites, but if you guys want to purchase it, just let me know in the comment section, because I have to set up the whole website and stuff like that. But yeah, I am really excited. These prints look freaking so real. Like they look like the real thing. It's crazy, man. So yeah, you guys can purchase that because one day I'm going to die and you guys can actually benefit from that. All right, so look, let's begin this. So look, the first thing is you have to show vulnerability. Show some weak sides. You want to know why? Because people will also show their weak side. Like you want to be able to understand a person's weakness much faster than a person's strength. So when you're interacting with people, admit to flaws, admit to weaknesses, so that they can expose it. Just say, yeah, sometimes I dated someone who, they did crack, they love crack a lot, but I accepted them for who they are. And I know it sounds silly, but you have to understand a lot of people are trying to hide their dark side from you. An example is, I was chatting with this girl and she was telling me how she went to a rave, right? And I never did cocaine and nothing like that. But then I was like, have you done? Then I was like, oh, for real? They have good Molly there, right? Because I did that before. And she's like, nah, man, they had great cocaine, man. We did a lot. And I'm like, holy shit, okay, right? Now, mind you, I'm not trying to date her, but it's funny how when you reveal something that some people consider like, wrong, it actually impels people to show their dark side too. An example is that I was talking to this guy that was a psychopath, and he told me that one of the things about being a psychopath is that when you tell people, people react way different than you expect. They actually get excited because then they're able to tell you their dark side. They be like, "Oh, really? You're a psychopath? Yo, you know what? I sometimes want to fucking hit people over the head with a bat." Like they legit tell them stuff like that. But that's because him opening up gets them to open up. You know what's the funny thing is? Imagine he's not a psychopath. Imagine that. And that's why I think psychopathic psychologists are the best ones. Like legit, if I had the choices, I would want an old white guy that looks like fucking Santa Claus. I would want a psychopath, and I would want a gay guy because that guy has seen everything. Like if you go to a gay psychologist, let me tell you something, man. That guy is not gonna judge you. He's seen it all. You're like, oh, hey psychologist, oh my god, dude, I can't stop like banging fucking 20 girls at a time. I just can't. And like I'm just yeah. He's like, boy, I feel you, boy. I know what you mean, man. But for men, right? But that's because they've been through it. They've been through it. You know, your vulnerability opens people up. So that's why even if you do have a vulnerability, don't be afraid to show it, because especially it potentially gets them to open up. And you know what's importantly, you'll know what type of person they are, because if they're fucking assholes, they'll use it against you. Yeah. So that's how you know their character. You'll know, oh wow, you're bringing up the things that I admitted to you. Bet, and that's how you are, right? So the next thing is that you have low tolerance. You freaking Stacy, you have to be willing. You got to tell people that you have a history of not tolerating bullshit. So that means that when you're in casual conversation with people, you let them know. Oh yeah, my friend. Yeah, he kept disrespecting me in front of everyone one day, and I stopped talking to him for a year. Or talking about how you left someone who cheated and how you never gave him another shot. These things, as you might not think is no big deal, but people pay attention to that, and they actually they take note and they treat you with a little bit more respect. Like you say, oh, I hate when people are late. This is my biggest pet peeve, and you tell people that you've actually left people because of constant lateness. Trust me when I say this to you. If they're late, what that means is that they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your boundaries. Let them know that you have boundaries and that you've cut people off because of it. And the next time they do that, they're doing it on purpose. Fuck them. Next one. By the way, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, oh my God, you guys have been working with me one-on-one so much. Oh my Lord. Oh, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna print out a Leonardo da Vinci painting. I'm painting it right now, so I'm really excited. Let me show you guys. Let me show you how they look, right? This is a Da Vinci painting. Oh my God. This one's gonna look sick because I'm gonna make it look modern. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. This is for a client. So yeah, that's one thing. You show people the vulnerability. The next thing is that you show people that you have a life. Some people only want people with no lives, especially if you're dating people. And life doesn't mean a lot of friends. It just means you have at least one good friend or one or two good friends. In fact, I prefer that. Honestly, I prefer someone with one or two good friends, and that's it. I don't want someone with a fucking whole army. What the fuck? And what this does is that if you're dating someone that's toxic, right? They're gonna want to eliminate this, right? Because they see your friends as a threat to their power, right? As a threat to their ability to control you. And a lot of people, what people don't understand is a lot of people, they don't really love you. They just love the power you give them. So you gotta be careful with these fucks, right? This is the next one. You ready? That you don't know the game. I don't know the game. Man, I'm already out, right? But it's always better to play dumb. Machiavelli said, if you wrote the book The Prince, make sure to write a book that goes against the prince. If you know the game, make sure to tell people that you don't know the game. If you're smart, act stupid. If you're stupid, act smart. When you're weak, appear strong. When you're strong, appear weak. This lowers people's defenses. If I go on a date and I see a girl reading a book, Why Men Love Bitches, I'm gonna be a little bit more defensive around her. Not mind you, I don't care, to be honest with you. Actually, I don't care anymore. But that's actually that to normal dudes, yeah, that does affect them. Um, the next thing is that you're willing to displease. That you're not a people pleaser. You gotta let people know that, and you let them know that through your actions. Now, look, this is hard to actually fake because a lot of people pleasers are people pleasers out of compulsion. It's actually a trauma more than anything else. It's actually a pain that they experience, and they learned how to deal with this pain through people pleasing. John, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. Michelle, you can't do that shit. Sarah, you can't do that shit. Jamal, you can't do that shit. That's just disrespectful to your own self. You have to show people that you're not a people pleaser. And if you are, you got to learn how to displease. And then there are two courses you can get for that. Nice guy and nice girl. It's a course literally made for people who are people pleasers. Purchase it now or else I'm going to be displeased. The next thing is that you have a cold side or a dark side or a Bronx side, right? What that means is that if you disrespect me, I'm going to go from this to fucking this. Jesus Christ. I'm going to go fucking evil mode on you, motherfucker. In fact, my eyes are going to get red. And this happens when people inevitably cross your boundaries. This happens when people cross your boundaries. You show them that you have the capacity to leave, that you have the capacity to punish bullshit. And this is not, no, people, okay? You can't say this with words. This is a verb. It's not a pronoun, it's not a noun, it's a verb. And that means in your face. You go from fucking creepy motherfucker to cold, looking cold. When somebody disrespects you, you go from that to that. I remember there was I think I told you guys about it. How one of my classmates, we were talking bad about one of his friends. We were drunk. We found his photo on Tinder. He was dressed like a girl, so we were laughing, but not laughing, but because it was just so unexpected, right? Long story short, he was quiet the whole time, and he was like, y'all gotta stop talking about him. And the guy that showed the photo was like, what do you mean? He was like, look, y'all talking bad about him, and he's not around here. I don't like this. And everyone became quiet. And the guy was like, oh, my fault, I didn't mean that. I was like, nah, man, like, you're talking shit behind his back, and I'm his friend, and I just can't let you do that. And we all were quiet. But after that moment, the level of respect that I had for him increased. Like, I didn't even like the motherfucker. I didn't like the nigga. But my respect for him increased when he showed that dark side. And he didn't say it smiling like some of you motherfuckers would. He said it with a coldness. He was okay with making people uncomfortable. The last thing is that you are loyal to only to those who are in front of you. You're not loyal to the people in the past. You're not loyal to your ex. You're not loyal to your last job. Your loyalty only expands to what's in front of you, not what's in the future, not what's in the past. You're only loyal to the present moment. Too many people are too loyal to the people who hurt them, are too loyal to toxic people. Y'all can't do that. Loyalty is only for those who are in front of you. And that's actually a thing that I believe a lot of people have misconstrued it. They have the wrong type of loyalty, you know? So remember, you open up by being vulnerable so that they can open up. You show them that you have low tolerance for bullshit, that you have a life, that you don't know the game, that you're willing to displease, that you have a cold side to you, and that you're only loyal to those who are in front of you. And I want to say an extra one, and that's learning how to be difficult. You got to show people that you have a difficult side, that you're not just the type of person that is always happy, that's always pleasing, that's always trying to win people over, that you have another side that is willing to piss people off, that is willing to walk away, that is willing to make things difficult. And the reason why is because when it comes to negotiation and how people treat you, how easy you are to deal with, it actually loses a lot of leverage. But if you know you're going to go into a negotiation with someone that wants a lot and that is difficult for them to compromise. Even though it is difficult, at the end of the day, people respect that a lot more than someone who just easily gives in to whatever people request. And this usually comes because you're afraid of confrontation. And you gotta show people that you're not afraid to confront, that you're not afraid to show negative emotions, that you're not afraid to show that you're annoyed. Me, for example, I struggle with my boundaries. I struggle sometimes telling people that I'm annoyed by something, that I want you to get the fuck out of my house, that I literally, I want you to get the fuck out, man. God damn, it's been fucking a long time. Get out, right? I struggle with that. But I had to, even to the day, it takes effort to tell people something that I know is gonna make them sad. Right? So it's my practice, and that's why I tell you guys, because that's something that I'm working on. Like, it takes effort, but it feels like you're destroying their world, but they're gonna be okay, man. Who gives a fuck, man? Let them cry, let them be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Just tell people what you have in mind, tell people, and you'll notice that people actually respect you more. Me, I struggle with that, and every time I do talk, I notice that people are actually more stronger than I think they are. They're able to take my rejection more. They're able to take my no with more happiness than I expect. Like, seriously, like that's the reason why I sometimes struggle saying no to people, because I feel like they're not gonna be able to deal with it. When in reality, they are. People are stronger than that. They could deal with your no. Just say so. In fact, if you don't say that, you're actually being cruel, prolonging that. You know. So I totally agree. Um, um, Except for relationships, fuck that. If I'm not happy in a relationship, I tell them get the fuck out. I mean, I'm leaving. But everything else, like non-relationships, I do struggle with saying no. It's my toxic trait, you know. Anyways, check out my paintings, people. Become a Patreon for my paintings. Oh, by the way, we're posting on Patreon. We just posted a video about how to break any mental habit. We're going to be posting on Patreon a lot more often. So go check that out. And this is actually a mental habit that video on how to break any mental habit will teach you. So that's the video of the week on Patreon. So go check that out. And I'll see you guys inside. Take care.